Sometimes roller coaster riders are lucky enough to convince the ride operators to go on the ride again without leaving their seats. This usually only occurs on the last rides of the night before the park closes, or if it's a roller coaster enthusiast-based event. But other than that, it is very rare. However, what would happen if the ride quite literally could not stop? This is what happened to me on Swamp Fox at Family Kingdom. If you saw my review of Swamp Fox, you'd know that I thought that it was a purely fun ride with some great laterals and ejector airtime in both the front and back rows. Now, Family Kingdom has a system like Fun Spot America and smaller theme parks where you have to pay per ride with either a wristband or a fun card using credits. So I scanned my card at the station and walked to wait for front row. I know it's strange to say this, but thank goodness for one train ops on this thing. Remember this later in the video. Anyways, there was someone waiting for front row alone, so I asked to ride with him to shorten my wait. But then his friend came up to ride with him, but that's alright, it'll only be a couple more minutes. That train was then dispatched and went through its dispatch perfectly fine. The train rolled back up into the unload station and everyone got off. Then it rolled into the load station and I got in. The guy from earlier who had a friend meet up with him then ran back around, scanned his card really quickly, and then got in the front row with me, laughing and saying, "You wanted to ride with me, right?" And I laughed it off. He was probably 20 to 25 years old. I decided to humor him. Why not? Then we were dispatched. I get insane ejector airtime, and we hit the final turn, which provided great laterals as always. Then we fly into the unload station, but this time with some really good speed. Probably like 20 to 30 miles an hour, when on my previous rides we had stopped at the station after going around 5 to 10 miles an hour. We breezed past the loading station even, and then we stopped right before making the full turn before the pre-lift. The brakes failed to stop us. That is definitely a rare credit. Remember when I said to remember why one train ops was a good thing on this ride? Well, here's where that comes in. Other than the lift hill and stations, there aren't really any block zones on Swamp Fox. But for those of you who are unfamiliar, a block zone is a section of track that only one train can occupy. Never mind, anyways. If there were two trains, chances are they would have collided, and since I was in the front row, the impact would definitely affect me. So yeah, that definitely would have been bad. Then, the guy sitting next to me unbuckles our seatbelt. Keep in mind, Swamp Fox only has buzz bars too. I look back and the ops say, "Y'all are going around again!" So thankfully, the guy sitting next to me buckles us back in, and we're off. Again. And hey, I didn't even have to spend any ride credits that time. Bonus! Let's just hope the ride actually works this time, I was thinking in my head at the time. Then I went through the ride and I enjoyed it, while the guy next to me asked me mid-ride if I would stick up my middle finger with him on a ride photo. Obviously I said no, but then before I knew it, the ride was over and the brakes worked. Finally, we loaded off and that ended my pretty rare credit of brakes not working and having back-to-back rides because of that. So that's been all for this story time. Has this ever happened to you? Please be sure to comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.